new and improved revamped loyalty program. And what that allows us to do for you is allocate a point system, which in turn equals dollars for you. But not just based on purchases, based on every time you visit the store or every time you do something that the store is sponsoring, or if we're involved with a charity, if you're available for that. So it's similar to the Biker Buck program, but a little more advanced. And I'm really excited about it. Katie, our marketing director, has put a lot of time and energy into developing it. We'll be able to partner with other businesses. So it's not just what you buy at the store. It's so much more than that. So I'm really excited about that. We're gonna roll it out to the HOG chapter before we offer it to customers. We want to have HOG-specific nights at the dealership, not necessarily for sales, just appreciation parties, things of that nature. So we're really excited about it. We put a lot of time and energy into building that. JJ's put countless hours into 2014 planning that out. JJ's wife is at the dealership helping him plan that stuff out. The little baby's crawling around in the office. So we're really excited about it. And at the end of the day, we're just looking forward to the snow being gone so we can get back out and ride. 41 inches of snow so far through January, so we're really looking forward to some nicer weather. So I appreciate you guys being here. I think JJ's put together a great evening, a great informational evening for you, and we'll go from there. Thanks, JJ.
Thanks, Gus. So, wanted to talk about a few things coming up. If everybody has a pen and paper handy, I wanted to communicate the next few meeting dates to everyone. We're going to be holding the meetings here. The next meeting is going to be March the 11th. That's also a Tuesday night. The meeting after that will be April the 1st. We're going to have one May the 6th, and then June the 3rd. I want to bring up somebody at this point, though, while we're talking about this. Janice, will you come on up here with me, please? As I'm sure all of you know, not one human being can run a HOG chapter all by themselves. And as we've discussed in the past, I'm looking for volunteers to step up and fill some positions within the chapter as we move forward. As of right now, I brought Janice along to help me out to serve as our director temporarily while we get things rolling and move into the new year. And Janice, why don't you tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
Well, welcome, and thanks for letting me be part of the HOG chapter and helping in the interim. I met a lot of you here this evening, and some of you I have relationships with from the past. For those of you I might be questioning, I'm about 5 foot tall and I'm standing, so on a platform. So please bear with me. I also am getting over a cold. I started writing in about 2011, and the story is one that, everybody has their stories, and really I'd like to hear yours. I'm sure it's far more interesting than mine, but I was searching for happiness, and I started doing research. I started doing internet research, started meeting people, talking to people, and one of the things I kept finding was a common theme about people who rode, and people of all ages, all demographics, people who rode for years, people who just took up the art, as they call it, or the sport of motorcycling. And the common thing was that there was nothing greater or more happier or fulfilling in their lives than it was to either A, be riding with friends, B, looking at their motorcycle, even for those that maybe were arthritic and couldn't ride anymore, or had situations where they had to sell their bike and just could look at the pictures. But it was the pure joy and happiness that went down to the bottom of their souls was a common theme throughout everything that I found about people who rode. Not only Harley Davidsons, but any motorcycle in general. Now, I grew up with brothers and motorcycles and tomboy with all the electronic stuff, the mini bikes and the go-karts, but never really had the passion for anything like I was reading about. And it wasn't until I met some people, again, who had that experience from either day one as a boy or a girl, or as an older adult who took it on. Everyone kept saying, take the lesson, learn to ride, and it will change your life. So I did. I signed up at Motor City, took the rider's edge, and before it was over, had a Fat Boy Low was my bike of choice, sitting on the dealership floor waiting for me to take it out of the dealership and ride. And, you know, truly what everybody said was really what came to be. It not only changes your life, it changes your outlook on a lot of different things. As a result of that, my passion for what I choose to do next in my career became abundantly clear. I want to do something in the industry. I'm looking at different ideas in the hospitality industry, bringing the art or the sport of motorcycling to children in the city, so they too can learn about it. I work with children in a nonprofit and fundraising environment. I want to share the passion that we all have. Something that I gained at age 50, I want to bring it to others so they too can experience what we experience and find that joy and that passion. As I mentioned, I do work in the nonprofit sector. I do events, marketing, PR. That's been my career for about 25 years. I enjoy what I do. I work with a lot of people. I put together groups and trips and things like this in my free time. So what I do for a living is what I'm inherently passionate about doing in my free time. I ride with a group of people, and we travel on the weekends, and we travel out of state, and I enjoy every minute of it. I enjoy the time with them, and I enjoy the minutes that I spend on the bike. When I talked to JJ about just helping to get the chapter rolling in the interim, not only was I excited, it was just simply, the words were just, it came off quite easily, how can I help? And that's really what I'm here to do, is to help. Like you know, I love the sport, I love Harleys, I love the brand, and I'm just here to meet and hear all of your stories because it's the passion that fuels my own passion when I hear of others and the fun and the camaraderie that exists in this shared sport or art, as they call it, that we'll share together over the summer, riding and doing different activities together. So I was glad to meet many of you. I hope to continue to meet others and hear your stories as time goes on. And again, thank you for letting me be a part of it.
Perzigian. Perzigian. So, talking about this upcoming riding season, I'm working on developing a calendar, and I'm looking for people to bring the ideas for rides to do this year. Events we've done in the past that we want to continue doing, some new ideas that you would like to see done this year, and I encourage you to bring those events to Janice and I so that we can get them on the calendar this year. I want to have a fun-filled, ride-filled year this year. The focus is riding and having fun, and that's what we intend on doing this year. I'm planning a first ride Sunday, April 6th. That ride's going to leave from the dealership at 10 a.m. I'm still working on a destination for it, but figured you should at least get it on your calendars now. With any luck, we have good weather that day. The icebreaker for that day. I put in a good word at church on Sunday, so hopefully we'll be okay. True. So a couple of things I wanted to bring up tonight. In the past, we've always done the Biker Buck event. That is continuing for last year. I have brought the Biker Bucks that everybody is due from last year with me tonight. So if you'd like to see my lovely wife Sam after the meeting to claim your Biker Bucks, she has them waiting for you. They are good from now until March 31st. Who is interested in new HOG patches? Has anybody seen the new logo that HOG has out, the new patches? I brought a couple with me tonight, so after the meeting, if you want to come and take a look at them, I'm going to be taking orders for new patches, old patches. If anybody needs them, let me know. You don't have to pay for them tonight. I can take the orders tonight and you can pay me at the next meeting when they come in. The price gets substantially less the more we order. So I'm waiting until we get at least 12 orders together before I place an order with HOG Corporate for those. And at that, I'm going to turn it back over to Janice for a minute.
So JJ and I were talking about a couple of ways to communicate some of the things that are happening within the chapter. The HOG patches that are available now through National and other things about upcoming rides and details. And one of the things that's easily accessible by most is a website. So one of the first initiatives is to get that website that's currently out there, current with information. Information on how to reach JJ, myself, ride information, anything pertaining to the chapter will ultimately be available on the website. There was a Facebook page at one time, is what I understand, and that Facebook page is no longer a resource for information. So the website would be the primary means, and then also emails. JJ will be communicating with members via email. If there's anyone new tonight, one of the things that I'm going to ask is that you make sure that you are able to receive email from the Motor City HOG chapter. Sometimes they go into a trash folder or a spam filter, but emails will also be a way of communicating out to you. And last but not least, a newsletter. A newsletter will be published. The frequency of it, I think, is still being tossed around by JJ and how often it will be published. But we're looking for information for the newsletter too. Story ideas. If you have a story to share, maybe it's about your passion about how you became to ride, or anything that might be of interest to the general membership here, let us know. We're looking for story ideas, and also anybody who might be interested in helping with either the website or the newsletter. There's people that love to write, they have a passion for writing, or always wish that they had a venue for sharing some stories. This is it. A chapter is a community, and that's what we're really here to do, is to share information about each of ourselves so that we become familiar, and the next time when we see each other, we have something that we can talk about and also help to build the community that we have here.
Didn't we have that in place already?
JJ mentioned the meetings. We have the next few meetings scheduled here. There's a few in the summer. I think we're also talking about having at the dealership itself. Were those the ones of June? Okay. So details regarding future meetings after those that are scheduled here will be shared with you. But we're looking for a variety of the meetings as well. Things to do after our general meeting, which the intent of the meeting is to be kept short, introduce new members, answer any questions and answers that the membership might have, allow then for time for people to interact with each other. Really, we're here as a chapter to get to know each other. We're going to be spending some time together in the summer, sharing stories, sharing ideas, doing some fun activities afterwards. JJ has some ideas. We're looking for some ideas from you all as well. Things that we could do perhaps after our meeting. Go for a ride. Maybe do some bike contests. Again, ideas. This is our chapter to develop, and we're looking for the feedback from you on things that you'd like to do. Suggestions, ideas. Please raise your hand, write us a note, give us a call. Share with us what you might have in mind. Again, if there's anything that you want to help with, you know, we're really here to develop this together. Raise your hand, you know, want to help even if it's a one-time event. We're looking for people to help us just move this along. The first ride, JJ's planning, destination unknown. Deborah shared some ideas for some rides. Again, we're looking for ideas from you all. Is there a favorite trip that you've done before and you'd like to maybe lead it? Or suggest for the group to consider a trip that you've heard about or you've done yourself? Again, ideas, suggestions. We're open, and we're here to develop this ride plan and calendar together. So I guess in the future, as we continue to develop the rides, we'll probably ask for different people to help with different components of it. Maybe it's somebody who's helping to make reservations for a particular ride, or maybe assisting a group of others that are doing something regarding a weekend trip. If you want to help one time or if you want to help on a consistent basis, just let us know. In regards to the budget for the last year, everything has been finalized in terms of the financials and the tax returns, and all of that will be handled for the chapter going forward through the dealership. As we continue to go forward and develop the rides and the activities for the chapter, we'll start to develop more of our budget for the chapter itself. Again, with any type of organization, there's expenses and then there's also revenues. And revenues are supported either by membership fees or by fundraising activities. And again, ideas, suggestions. You know, we don't want to be the ones dictating the things that we'll do as a group. We want to hear from you, things that you might enjoy doing, things that you've experienced before. This is ours to create together. We're here to help implement it and make it happen. Okay? Anything else, JJ?
Questions back here?
Somebody started back there?
Larry Kelly, can you give us a financial accounting tonight?
Yes. Let me find that here. Give me 1 second, Larry, I brought it with me.
Are we paying rent for this all?
We are starting the year off with a balance in our accounts of $11,566.45. That is current as of December 31st. I will report on dues that have come in since then at the next meeting, and that has been the extent of what we've brought in and put out since then.
Do we have to pay rental on this hall?
Yes, we are renting this hall.
What do they charge us for rental?
Janice, do you know what the rental was? It was $500 for the rental area.
The chapter has a long history. I know you're talking about developing the chapter. Our history books, banners, that kind of stuff, where does all that stuff reside?
I do not have possession of that at this time.
Yes, you do.
I have not been given a history book.
We're given probably 23 banners that were accumulated throughout
The banners I have. I've got those, Larry.
What about the
Nobody turned in photo albums to me.
Yes, she does, the historian does.
This historian only has.
Yes.
So somewhere in that chapter warehouse, there is a well in that chapter. So I would request that we find that.
I will go down to the chapter room.
Moving forward, but we're certainly not going to forget our past.
Absolutely not, and I couldn't agree with you more on that, Larry.
Okay, and I got one more thing, actually this one, two more things.
Okay.
We have what we call a brother chapter in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
And through that, we've given them, a lot of them recognize lifetime chapter members. We have lifetime chapter members. In Germany, likewise, they have a couple of members here. Some of you decide who you want those members to be. But are you going to continue that?
I would love to continue that program. Would you be willing to work with me on that?
And then last thing, the PM shift meeting. On the website, I still listed the PM shift chair. I believe I was fired via email on November 8th. So I would ask that you take that.
I will fix that for you, Larry.
I was just wondering on the financials, we had paid ahead of time for the bowling, and we were waiting to get our money back on that. So is that part of the financials?
Have they not given you your money back for the bowling yet, Ellen?
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
I will make a note. Yep, I will make a note of that and see to it. I know Nancy was handling that at the dealership. I will see to it that you get your bowling refund. I think you were next. You're good? Okay. Yes, Gloria.
On the meeting, was that the same time, 7:30?
Yes, it will be at the same time, 7:30 p.m. volunteer rockers from last season.
Yes. Would we be getting those?
Yes, I will see to it that
There is also another, very similar, there's another thing that goes to if you volunteer for more than 4 events.
okay.
So people would be entitled to that as well.
Do you know who controlled those?
So people are looking for the
Okay.
runners and the different ones.
I will see to it that that gets organized before the next meeting.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, at that, I just want to bring up one last thing. Oh, go. Yes, Sandy. Hmm? I can clarify to you that that was not one of the reasons anything that happened happened. Mm-hmm.
Is that going forward with a new one, or can we suggest that be donated to a charity of our choice? And let this new chapter do their fundraising and gather their own funds?
Well,
Work hard for that money.
I don't disagree that you guys worked extremely hard for that money, and that's why I encourage everybody to move forward with us in the new chapter. And I misused that term, I apologize. It is not a new chapter.
And I think the new chapter should move forward with their own fundraising. And I, for one, would vote that what we have as a balance should go to Interim Center, because that was our charity of choice.
I'd make a motion.
We started with nothing, and we turned over a very large amount of money to them.
And my intent,
Is that Sarge?
I don't plan on having any different charities as we move forward than we've had in the past. In fact, I talked to Kurt in the hallway a little bit ago. So that is my intention, is we're going to move forward with them as one of the charities that we work with in the coming year.
So, answer my question.
I don't know how to answer that question at this point, Sandy. I will have an answer to that question by the next chapter meeting for you. No problem. So the one last thing that I wanted to bring up was Gus wanted to talk to you about our membership.
So, just to kick things off for 2014, anybody that's here tonight and signs up with them, I'll go ahead and pay the dues for the year.
All right.
So I'll give you No, I'm not gonna pay them out of the check, the store will pay for them. Yep. And then secondly, I had some discussions with Tom about putting some money towards one of the rooms at our warehouse, which is 2 doors down from the dealership, to try and put a HOG room together, so the HOG chapter would have some place to go within the dealership, get it a keyed and alarmed with its own code, so it's not accessible into the warehouse. So I do have that in the works, and I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to get it done. So I'll have some more information for you at the next meeting. We have 2 different warehouses, and I have some additional space at each one that we'd like to put a room together that you could set up as a social room or a pool table or whatever, would be the room for the HOG chapter. It's not big enough to hold a meeting, but they're big enough to have 20 or 30 people in there at a time, where you could have an area and decorate it with whatever you chose. Have a pool table or a refrigerator or whatever works. So I'll have some more information for that at the next meeting. All right.
Janice, do you have anything else you wanted to say? Well,
How much are the dues?
dues are still $24, as they've always been. Yes, Laura.
All right, I have a question question that, or a comment that people may or may not care about. Welcome, our interim director. When you say interim, are you thinking 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months? Have no clue. You said you're looking for volunteers for positions. Are you going to pick those positions?
No, I am not. As I told you guys before, I have absolutely no desire to take that over. I intend on having elections in the near future. I do not have a set date for that though yet.
I know it's a question probably everybody's wanting to ask.
And that's a very good question.
You know me, I'll just ask it.
I appreciate that. If nobody else has anything, I'm going to put this microphone down because I'm sure you guys are all tired of listening to me yap up here. And we're going to hang out with some friends.